Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan. I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi.
People don't know it's a grind. It's a grind here at Deck the Hallmark. We work hard.
It's a grind.
Neither rain nor sleet nor
It's
snow.
another day, another
sickness.
episode. We're putting out so much stuff this week. It's a big
Yeah.
week.
It is a big week.
I don't even know
It's a
what. I don't
big
even.
week.
I don't even know what day it is.
It doesn't matter. It's
I
a
don't
big
even know
week.
what day it is.
Day.
That's where I'm at. I don't even know what day it is. But it's great to be back here today.
bet it is.
Another episode. And I just want everyone to know that's maybe watching on Philo.tv/DTH. I'm not wearing a black. I'm not trying to
you
do
are
a thing.
looking
We
like
all
you're wearing.
kinda-
You went very trendy today. You got your backwards hat on
Look
and your
at
black
that
shirt on.
sweater.
So cool.
Where can you get that? In a store somewhere
Yeah,
on the internet?
deckthehallmark.com
You can get
/shop.
my, the
Have
Deck
we
the-
sold a one?
I don't know.
Other
I
than
don't think
yours.
so. I'm gonna look it up. No, that doesn't count. That was
Deck the
a cost.
Hallmark astronaut sweater is available at deckthehallmark.com
Classic branding by us.
It is
I mean,
well because this show is
we're out of this world.
That's exactly
Like
right.
the Cosmic Brownies
Out of this world.
podcast.
It's out of this world. So you can go check that out if you want to. It's very, I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure how it was going to
It
feel,
really looks great.
It's very cozy on the inside. It's not like scratchy,
Sure.
It's
Yeah, I
like-
would
Guys,
hope
we
not.
sold a lot of Christmas movie era and a lot of Brett
Yeah?
Debbie farms.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one more? The era?
Christmas movie era. Brett Debbie Farms is the T-shirt number one, but if you add up all the Christmas
T-shirt number
movie,
one.
It is
if
T-shirt
if
number
you
one.
if you add up all the
T-shirt number one.
if you add up all the Christmas movie era shirts, it's way higher, like way higher.
A little bit of Debbie in all the sky, a little bit of Debbie all the time, a little bit of Debbie on my mind. T-shirt number one. But what about the
we
astronaut
have
sweater?
sold one, and I
that's to me.
believe it is you. So we have sold
You did
zero
it.
of these.
You did it, Brad.
rightfully so. It is not
All
on
right,
brand at all.
all right, let's do this. Let's do
Oh
this.
my God.
Put a number on it. How many?
The bomber jacket makes more sense in literally every way.
How
than that
many
shirt.
of these need to sell today for you to do some sort of stunt?
To throw your chair in the
100.
dumpster.
100?
That's ridiculous.
What kind of stunt are we talking at 100?
Sorry, you
I was
asked
thinking
me.
about something like fun and goofy.
Like, I think this
you
conversation is
you
going to
eating-
sell a few. Like it
Yeah.
is.
What
So,
about?
like, it's not-
what
No,
about?
I
what
don't
about
think so.
if we? What about if we sell 5?
No.
You eat
You're
a
gonna
whole.
sell-
What
no.
if we have a Little Debbie Christmas tree contest?
Ooh.
See who can eat a box faster.
I would win the
Anything
contest.
for you to get to
Oh,
eat
you
more.
will you?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a
I
second.
would
you
beat.
will,
I
will
would
you?
beat you in that
Are
contest.
you willing to
Faster?
do it if we sell 5 astronaut sweaters?
No, because we're going to sell 5, and I don't
6?
want to eat a box of those.
But if we what?
A dozen.
A dozen
Today.
today.
On the release of this
We have
On
to
the
episode,
sell
release
a
of this
dozen
episode.
today.
we know what day this comes
We know
out.
what
Yes, we know it's a big week.
Aaron, you just
It
looked
is
it
a
up. What day
big
is
week.
today?
We'll figure it out.
Sorry. I was doing something else. Today is December 6th.
Oh, so
that's
that's
why
why
we're
we're
here.
here.
That is
Yeah,
why
that's
we're
why
here.
we're here.
It's
Yeah.
Friday.
So
Friday the 6th.
if we sell, that's a pretty good one.
The Friday after Black Friday.
Everybody knows
known
that.
for the
Number one.
astronaut
So go
shirt
ahead.
purchases.
If
A
we sell a
dozen.
dozen
of
these,
Yeah.
A
we
regular
will do a
dozen.
contest.
I feel really good about the contest knowing that you threw up after 20 cookies. And it also takes you a year to eat a meal. I feel pretty good about it.
This
Yeah.
is layered. What happens? Who wins the contest? What do you get for the winner?
Oh,
of the
we'll figure that
contest?
out later. I don't want to do the contest because I am
the
sick
winner gets
thinking about it.
another box.
Yeah.
Gets an astronaut
It's by-
sweatshirt.
it's Bo- it was
sweater.
BOGO. I feel confident in my ability to. I know this is the
Yeah, here
cookie
we go
situation
again.
all
It
over
is.
again.
You have no prayer.
Have a big barbecue lunch that day, Brad.
We literally, I
Have
could
donuts.
I could eat lunch beforehand and beat you in this. And you know it. And you know
I'm
it.
really good at eating these though.
At your own pace.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
gonna
I'm
be
really
great.
good at it being 83 minutes into a movie and going, son of a bee, I ate a whole box of these. That's what you're good at.
Yeah. And I
That's
just
not
think
the same.
If I put my mind to it, I think I could do it.
All right.
I ate more than 20 cookies, right?
I think you ate like 24 cookies.
It was in the 30s, surely.
It wasn't anywhere near the 30s.
That's half of what you did.
Yeah.
Less than half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate 55.
Don't worry, I'm still not hearing about it.
Yeah, you'll
never
live
heard.
that down.
No one ever brings it up.
No.
Let's talk real quick. Christmas Movie Magic is available right now. You can get it. There's still plenty. I know we're in a marathon this week, but there's still plenty of movie to
big
get
week.
to. And I think a lot of people are now cracking open the
blitz.
classics. Your Elf, your Home Alone, your
Yeah.
Polar Express,
Yeah.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Christmas with the Cranks. You kidding me right
Jingle
now?
All the Way. This game isn't just for made-for-TV Christmas movies. It's for Christmas movies of all kinds. And so whether you're watching a Hallmark or an all
Mark. Should we take it to
TakeOver.com/game.
Should we take it to the Home Alone event and play quietly? Not to ruin anybody else's time, but just play
Next
in the
week?
sequence?
Amongst ourselves?
Yes, next week.
I think that would actually be pretty fun. And we can get a video and we'll put it on TikTok and we'll go viral.
We'll go to viral.
Definitely
We'll go to viral.
We'll go to the
Guys,
viral.
I'm trying to get
French
ahead of
version of
it.
viral.
Trying to get
I'm
ahead
trying
of
to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Get
That's the
that
whole
out of the
thing.
way.
Yeah. You want to, I mean, I know that was our goal. It was our goal to go viral and
The viral.
we got to do it. Just us playing a card game while we watch Home Alone.
Yeah.
I should do it.
Yeah, that would do it.
Definitely.
I think that's going to knock it out of the
Did
park.
you hear about those guys?
Oh.
Those guys are
You
playing
gotta
that
see
card
this.
game?
You got to see this
Can you
real.
remember?
The trend that's
not a-
taking over TikTok, playing card games at live
Dan,
events.
we're never gonna go viral on TikTok if you keep calling it a reel.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
gotta
that was
call-
the whole. That was
we're
part of
going-
the bit. We're going the viral with the real.
Yeah, we'll go viral on TikTok, and then Dan and I will see it on Instagram.
We'll see it on
A
Instagram.
couple of weeks
Yeah.
later.
And it'll
Maybe
be great.
Facebook. You don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, when it gets to Facebook,
Maybe your mom will send it to you.
that's when you know you're in the know.
That's
when
right.
when you see the TikToks on the Facebook. Okay, let's talk Finish Line, shall
Yeah,
we?
please.
Let's do it.
The Finish
The
Line,
Finish
mind you, and that's Finish with a double N.
Not to be confused with the sports and shoe, store.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Retail
right.
store that you go to in the mall when
No,
you want your
Where the
shoes.
referees work when they're not
Champs and the
reffing
finish
games.
line.
That's
Yes, of course.
Originally aired on
Foot Locker.
December 1st, 2024, right before Christmas Quest. A big day for walking around in the
venturing
snow.
out,
Walking
yeah.
around the snow
Yeah.
in a foreign country. That's
the
right.
Hallmark Channel, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off on Christmas Eve with a bunch of good boys pulling a fella on a sleigh. Another guy rides up on his sled and bumps him off of his. And it turns out that this guy is telling his daughter this story. He's no longer sledding around. But she's inspired by this and wants to race herself. Cut to present day, and we meet Anya. It's none of Anya business. I don't know.
So close.
Nanya. She's heading to Finland for Christmas and to race the race of all races, the 40th annual Jularushka race.
Cup.
And she and her best friend, Alice, travels to Finland where they meet all of the other racers, including Manti.
Hasn't aged today.
It's Elise.
It's Elise.
Elise.
Dang it. I'm Elise. Is it Manti? Manti?
Manti
Or
Teo?
Manti?
For who?
The bad guy.
Monty.
Monty, yes.
Dang it. It's so
Manti.
hard. Manti Teo.
Did you watch this movie years ago?
An hour ago. The racer who bumped into her dad, that's him. It's Monty.
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 Good Lord. I'm not going to get it right this whole time.
think you can
Anya,
eat a
it's
box of
it's none of Anya business. Anya also meets Cole, a member of the press. When she finds out that he's a reporter and not just a cute boy, she's very reluctant to talk to him. But he pitches her an
Pretty
idea.
reluctant to say that word there.
I
weren't you?
know. I got caught up. I'm so
Caught up.
he wants to do an in-depth piece on her so that she can tell her story and not just what people are making up about her, but she's not having it. We get to the race pretty quickly, except it's not the race, it's just the qualifiers. And Anya immediately makes her move on Monty.
No. Yeah, Monty. Yeah, got it.
Dang it. That would be funny if you just always told me it was wrong.
Manti. We're looking for
Manti. He's
Manti?
already up to his dirty tricks
Up the Manti.
with a big kick. Luckily, she recovers quickly and earns the final spot in the actual race. She gives Monty a piece of her mind, but she's pulled away because one of her dogs, Cupid, has shuffled his way to the injured
one
list.
off this time.
And won't be able to continue with racing for another 4 to 6 weeks, so that's not helpful. So she figures that she's going to have to drop out of the race, which stings because the race cost a lot of money, and she's not going to be able to save enough money to do this again for another 5 years or so. Her lovely cousin, Lavi, suggests that they visit Santa and ask for help. Luckily, Cole is hanging around Santa and overhears what she's wanting, and he's like, I got a dog, Rue, and Rue can race. Rue's done it before. There are some obstacles in getting this approved, but after the head of the race committee finds out that Cole is going to write about it, he gets excited about the press coverage and agrees. Sensing that Anya is stressed, Cole takes her for a cold plunge, and they bond in the sauna. She finally gets the new dogs. She finally gets her dogs to trust the new dog, Rue, and she's feeling great about it. Later, they spend the evening with her extended family, baking goods and playing in the snow. The next day, Anya finds out that the committee has added a new rule. All the sleds will now be pulling the same amount of weight. She's very annoyed by this addition, but there's nothing that a fun night with Cole can't fix. They go on a sleigh ride, and he lets her read his book that he's writing. She gives him some more information for the article that he's writing, but then she says, can I tell you one thing off the record? And she kisses him, and it was awesome. Speaking of romance, Anya's cousin Lavi and her best friend Alice are having a will they won't they situation, and that's magical. It is the day of the final leg of the race, and Anya is really stressed, so she just kind of yells at everybody, and everybody kind of gets sad. She makes up with Alice though before the race. She talks trash to Monty, and off they go into the snow. At one point during the race, she finds Monty without his sled. He's hurt, and his sled and the dogs are nowhere to be found. Anya helps him out, and they end up talking and understanding each other a little bit more. Later, they come across his sled and the dogs, and the sled is kind of like off, hanging by a moment.
Hanging by a moment on this rock.
And she goes to free the sled from the rock situation, and she ends up slipping, and she's hanging off a cliff, and she's about to fall, but another racer shows up, and Monty and that racer help pull her up to safety, and yay, they all hop back on their sleds, and they continue to race, and she wins!
Yay!
But Cole is nowhere to be found, so she goes to find him. While that's happening, Lavi and Alice, they share their feelings, and they kiss. Cole is busy moping around, but then he realizes that he has to shoot his shot. So he goes to find Anya right as she's trying to find him, and he says, I'm finally being lead dog, and kisses her. And then she kisses him back, and as they do that, we pan up and we see the Northern Lights, and that, my friends, was
The finish line. Not the Star Wars. We did it.
Get yourself some shoes, and then come on back.
That's right.
On the other side of this break, here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm excited to talk about
Yeah.
this movie. I'm also excited about the parade tomorrow in Greenville.
That's right. We're doing it.
Would love for you to come.
Just come see
and
us.
Come say
hang
hi
out.
to us. We'll be
Yeah.
hanging out, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
gonna be a
So come on to
great time.
Greenville. Our parade is dope.
It's a great parade.
Am
It's a
I
great parade.
concerned about how cold it's going to be? Yes.
I'm thrilled. I want it to be as cold.
But
I
have
want
you
it to
ever
be
tried
20s.
to talk?
When it's
Dude,
cold.
When
Here
it's
for
cold?
it.
Okay.
Give me some the last time we did the parade, I'm in a dadgum sweater,
Yeah.
trying to be festive,
Yeah.
and it's like 68 degrees outside, and I was sweating.
Drinking
Give me
hot chocolate.
25 degrees. That hot chocolate bar will be on point. We'll be ready to go.
It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about it. Come hang
Yeah.
out with us. It's going to be great. Let's talk finish line, shall we? It looked cold there as well. Greenville cold? Who can say? Let's break this movie down. We're going to start with a hot take, and I'm going to start with you, Brian. Brian, what did you think about the finish line?
I liked it. I liked it.
Hey,
Wanted
everybody.
more time with the dogs, obviously, with those good boys
Yeah.
and girls.
Yeah.
And
To your point, when they got it was like right before the first commercial break, they
Yeah.
started doing the race, and I was like,
Yeah.
we're going to get lots of race. Brian's going to be happy.
Yeah.
And then from then on out, it
Well,
was
and also
not
she gets
so
a puppy in
much.
like the second scene. I'm like, we're gonna get a lot of dogs.
a lot of dogs.
Not really.
don't really see
not
much of
really.
that,
no, no,
yeah.
It
no.
was a little bit of a bait and switch there.
I
but-
thought the same thing. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna be in this race the
I
whole
know.
time.
Me
This is
too.
gonna be cool, but not so much. The plot, the main storyline there, the main love interest, fine, great. The race, fine, great. But the big story here is the cousin and the friend.
Lavi.
Yeah,
Lavi's a
Lavi
star,
and
right?
Elise.
Like,
this
he's
is all 100%.
Yes, borderline offended by the lack of Lavi in the synopsis.
Is Lavi the greatest character in Hallmark history?
Must be. It's
the,
got
the fact that I didn't get more Lavi in the synopsis from you, or a full breakdown of Bo Murchoff shirtless for like 5 or 6 straight minutes is crazy.
Well,
I just
we'll get there.
I mean, yeah, I just thought for sure in the synopsis.
I can't please you. I do too long synopsis, you mad.
I mean, these are the things
I do
that
too short, you
These
mad.
are the things that matter in a brand synopsis.
I'm sorry.
And you didn't. It was not. It was a C+ synopsis.
that's-
I
Sweater.
got it in my feels.
Maybe C-.
Man.
I got it in my feels.
It wasn't one of your better ones.
People drop off before the feels. You know that.
I know.
It's the sweater. I think the space
Yeah, the
sweater
sweater.
is
He's
getting in
bringing
his
him down.
head.
It's too much black. Yeah. Oh
Look
yeah.
at all that.
Yeah.
Beautiful
If
sweater.
anybody should be wearing that sweater, it should be me, and I don't want any part of it.
Well, everybody knows
sell a
that
dozen.
you want the majority of the color on anything you're wearing to be right on the
Bottom
tongue.
half.
Right
That's
on
right.
the
Yeah,
tongue.
yeah, that's right. Of
Again,
course.
guys, 12 sweaters sold. Dan and I compete in Lil Debbie competition.
Brand's gonna throw up
Today
everywhere.
only. Today only.
It's gonna ruin
DayGoHomer.com/shop.
the little treats for you forever. So yeah, they're
We'll go the viral on the reels.
It'll work. It'll work. They were the story. More time with them. Every scene was just to get to the next Elise and Lavi scene. Like everything that wasn't them was just to get to more of them. They were so great. After this movie, unfortunately, I did a little research on sled dogging and not
Sled
great.
dog racing.
Yeah, sled
Not
dog
sled
racing.
dogging.
Sure. Well,
You sled
there's
dog in your own
also-
time.
there's racing and there's
Sled
like
Dog Millionaire.
tourism industry of it too. So it's not all
no.
just racing.
Yeah.
So there's some criticism out there on it, and it kind of brought me down a little bit. I don't like what I read.
Fair.
Let's say that. So that kind of putting that in my head, not great for how I'm going to remember this
Is there
movie.
a good way to do it, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like
there
horse
is.
racing.
There
Let's
is.
just sure
yeah,
there's a
definitely.
humane
But I
way
think
to-
it's more the tourism thing that I'm anti. Is just people want to go to
Anti-Teo.
Finland. Exactly, Monty. So yeah,
Monty Teo.
overall though, had a good time with this one.
Yeah, this movie slaps. It made me want to go watch Balto, which is always a
obviously.
win. I think maybe this is a hot take, but I think that Kim Matula
Matula?
is like at BJL level to me. Like I think she's so good. And just every time she's on the screen in a movie, I'm just locked in. That she's so like she just pulls you in. The chemistry that she had with Cole, I thought was wonderful. And yeah, this movie's great. I really enjoyed this movie. And give me more KM.
Give me more KM.
If he's going to say BJL, I can say
KM.
Give me more
Of course.
KM. You know,
That's
like is that a crazy hot take? I just think she's so great.
I would agree 100% with you on Kim Matula. I think she's as good as we have. And literally, she was in Saturday Night, a movie that went into the theaters. She played Jane Curtin. She's amazing in that. Ghost of Christmas Always. This movie, a couple others she's done. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's 100% fantastic. Look, this movie fails as a sports movie, but works as a Hallmark movie. The sports movie side of this, which starts off so strong, takes a like so far back seat you can't see it. The dog racing scenes are bad. The fact that they're in the middle of this intense competition with high stakes and they're doing all these Christmas activities is fundamentally stupid. And it's hard to get past that. This is a really great Hallmark movie. It's a bad sports movie, and it's a really great Hallmark movie, which makes it tough to rank. As a sports movie, I wanted more of everything that Brian said. As a Hallmark movie, this cast is amazing. This script is amazing. Nicole Drespel wrote the script. It's fantastic. Kim Matula and Bo Murchoff, chemistry for days.
Yeah.
One of the best kisses of the year. Kim Matula talking about why Christmas is hard for her. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Don't need a dog sledding race. Lavi's a star.
Yeah.
Benedict Grondal, this guy is unbelievable. Nicole Sakura.
Benedict never in his life.
Never in his life. Good, nicely done. I don't know where that lands, but nicely done. Nicole Sakura, who plays Alice, that storyline is amazing.
She's great.
So
Yeah.
I knew her from somewhere. I realized she was in Superstore. And she was
yeah,
great in
there you go.
Superstore too.
Okay.
So it's very like quick-witted, very smart. Love all 4 of the leads in this movie. If you take the dog sledding out of this movie, It's the best movie of the year.
Whoa!
Wow.
The problem is you can't do that.
Wow.
They're there for a dog sled race.
You think without the dog sledding, it's better than Holiday Touchdown?
Well, I will say this. It has the scene with Kim Matula where she's talking about her parents.
Yeah.
Ed Begley does that. He's not the lead. You don't get that from Hunter King or Tyler Hines.
Sure. That's
Lavi,
fair.
there is not a Lavi character in Holiday Touchdown.
true.
It would be duking it out. I'd be willing to admit maybe it's not one, but it's very, very close. Holiday Touchdown is an all-timer. But this movie
How far down do you think
is
this?
so hard to rank.
Really?
In my,
The dog sled
in
really
my
bothered
initial
you.
rankings, it dropped to 3.
Okay.
But you could make a case that it is 7. You could make a case that it's 2. I really do have a lot good to say about this movie. It's a
great movie.
It's so hard because the movie is sold as a dog sled racing movie. And like even the scenes where she's supposed to be racing, those dogs are pulling in different directions. Like they're not committed to the dog racing
Did
side
it
of
make
this.
you want to watch Balto though?
I'd never seen Balto.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, sorry. I just the dog sled race of this movie brought it down. The rest of this movie soars. It's so good. And so yeah, at the very least, if you like Hallmark movies, you're going to love this movie. I can't imagine you liking Hallmark movies and not loving this movie. It is worth your time on that front.
Worth your time and your money.
Well,
Philo.tv.
I'm not going like one for the finish line. Like I'm not going to the theater to see
Yeah,
this.
but you would watch it on Philo.
Yeah, Philo.tv/DTH. You get it on the
Skip
unlimited
ads.
DVR just
Call
to
it a
see
day.
the scenes that aren't the dog race scenes. Yeah.
We get to watch most of the movies together, but occasionally, like this one, we
Yeah.
don't get to watch together. And I'm always just like, I wonder if he liked it as much as me. So,
Yeah.
so did you like the movie?
I'm really torn here, and I don't want to water it down.
torn if you like the
Movie.
Dan's torn if you like the movie. Ha ha. Was that good?
That was something.
That was as good as the dog sledding.
Here's the thing is that this is right now third. Christmas with the Sings is second for me, and you didn't give me a song for that one. So I said I
did
liked
miss
it.
that.
You didn't give me a song.
I think we retroactively did
I think we
it, though.
retroactively.
You may have
I think we
retroactively did it. I
retroactively
guess.
gave this.
I'm on the
Retroactive
fence.
cream.
It's really good.
That's
guys.
better. Dan's on the fence. That's easier to sing. It's less words. Let's get to all the feels where we talk about when this movie gave us feels, not words.
Words.
Yeah,
What part
I
of
had
this
a,
movie
I
gave
hit
us
you
words?
kinda hard.
I got words. I got a number of feels. I'm going to narrow it down to 2 things. One, the sauna feels. Are you kidding me right now? Sauna.
The sauna. They even do the sauna. They
They
even
do the
they do
sauna
the
bit.
sauna bit.
Yeah.
It was
How can you be mad at that?
It looks so nice in there. It was such a great scene.
He looks so nice in there.
Thank you. I would.
Why'd you say thank you? I wasn't talking about you.
I was just agreeing with you,
Okay.
I guess.
I haven't seen you in a
Thank
sauna. I
you.
mean,
The
I'm sure
other-
it's
Sure,
fine.
you look nice too. I'm sure.
I'd love to be in a sauna.
Talking old Bo.
Sauna.
The other one was when they visit the cemetery at the end, which I watched this with my wife, and she said, "Oh, they do that in Poland." I'm like, "Do what?" She's like, "Oh, they're in the cemetery." And she explained that going to the cemetery is like a big thing. Like you visit the cemetery, you visit the people. I'm like, "Wow, what a great thing!" Like here. We put people in a cemetery, and that's pretty much it. But
Yeah.
in places where you actually visit the cemetery, like when you die, knowing that people are going to come visit you often, that's a pretty great feeling. Like, that was really
I'll
sweet.
visit
That was
you.
really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Thank
come
you,
on,
man.
for sure.
Thanks.
How much sooner do you think? How long do you think you have when he goes?
Well, it depends. Are people buying 12 of these sweaters?
Because we're
true.
like,
Are people buying 12 of these sweaters?
the
And I'm gonna
idea
have to
that
shove a
either
bunch
Brian's
of.
the oldest of the three of us. The idea that either of us are going to be visiting Brian in his grave is hysterical or tragic. It is not realistic.
I think
You
it
guys
is.
could make it sure that it happens. Well,
That's true. I think it is largely dependent on how the day goes.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
sweater
the
fair,
sales.
sales.
fair, yeah,
absolutely.
fair.
So it's really in the listener's hands.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Is what it is.
And
So vote for our live.
and
Vote.
I personally think that. In case you were wondering, that eating the Little Debbie cakes, doing that contest, is going to make us live longer.
Yeah, that's right. No.
I don't want
It's
anyone
good
to
for
think
your
that.
processed
spirit,
sugar we
man.
need.
That's
Absolutely.
exactly right. Obviously, he took his shirt off, and I didn't see it coming.
And then remain shirtless.
Remain shirtless
Yeah, he
for
looked-
2 straight
looked
scenes.
great.
And you know what? When they went out there, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to
Same.
expect, and it happened. And that whole sequence from cold plunge to sauna was great.
Mm-hmm.
Was great, and big fans. We've talked about it. Lavi every time Lavi was on
Says it
screen.
worked.
Oh,
It was
great.
amazing. I do think he is the greatest character in the history of Hallmark, and we need more Lavi in our lives.
Stephen Tobolowsky, Hall of the Holly. I'm
Well,
sorry. There's
sure,
nothing I can do.
that's fair. That's fair. But he's up there.
Yes,
I mean,
he
to be
is.
in
Yes.
to be in the conversation
Yeah.
With Ned?
yeah,
I mean, come on.
That's
Speaking
tough.
about.
That's tough to beat. What a moment. What a fun time. The kiss. You know, I never saying kiss for all the feels is low hanging fruit, but this one
Both kisses.
was special. When they're on the couch and she says, "Can I say one more thing
Yeah.
off the record?" and
Yeah.
she scoots in and they kiss.
Yeah.
That is as
Top
good
notch.
of a setup to a kiss as we've ever seen on the channel. It was magnificent, and what a time, what a moment. Dano,
Yeah, both kisses between the two leads. Great. Both of
did
them.
I'm finally being lead dog? Did that do anything for you?
I think the reason that worked is the movie explicitly establishes him as not that.
Yes.
He's like, hey, I don't have the killer instinct. I don't it's a very weird thing for Hallmark to do, and we should probably talk about it. The fact that the guy in this movie is like, I'm just not really an alpha, and the girl is clearly the alpha in this movie.
Yeah.
And for him to be like, you know what? Sometimes you gotta do that anyway.
Sometimes you got to be lead
That
dog.
actually did, weirdly enough, all the other dog references being funny and him being like, I got to stop doing this. For some reason, the lead dog thing did work for me. Like, it did work for me. I thought both kisses worked. And then Lavi, yes. This guy, Benedict Grondal, we got to bring him over to the States, and he's got to act some over here. His timing is impeccable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He had some Chris Farley mannerisms, like reaction stuff that was really funny. The guy's a champion.
Yeah.
Bo Murchoff, they used Bo Murchoff perfectly in this movie. Take his shirt off. Don't try to do too much. You're fine. The other three of these actors, Bo Murchoff was great. He's the fourth in this group. They're all amazing.
Yeah.
They all did a great job. But come on, Lavi's unbelievable.
yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the way what and the what the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
We are on it today, folks.
Yeah, we are locked in December 6th. It's almost why we're here.
Almost.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about the Finnish line, not the store.
Not the store.
Right.
It's time for
Promo code DECK at checkout there, I believe. Yes. No?
Try it out.
It's time for the Wait What. It's where we talk about what in this movie made us go, wait, what? I'll start with you, Brian.
Yep, I'm realizing all of mine have to do with the dog racing.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's,
fair.
Just the green screen was brutal.
The green screen and the cold plunge was brutal. Did you see that?
Yeah. That
They're
and-
not in
Right.
very clearly acting there.
And
But
I
I felt like it only looked bad for one. You think it looked bad the whole time?
the close-ups look
Really?
bad.
I felt like the wide
when
shot
they
looked
close
bad.
up and you see him, or no, the wide shot. It was the wide shot.
I felt like
Looked
it
real
was.
bad.
I felt like it was real. I didn't think that they
Oh
were
no,
acting.
I thought they were
Really?
inside. They're inside on the
okay.
soundstage
All
for
right.
sure.
Interesting. Maybe somebody from the movie can tell us. I
Yeah.
assumed that it was real, and they had to do something to clean up some stuff in the background.
Oh, no, it looked
and
real
that's
bad
why
to
it looked
me.
bad.
Oh, okay.
No,
Maybe.
I think that I agree. It did look
They
bad.
need to
I
pick
think the
some stuff
wide
up.
shot there was something that it was. I don't even know if it was. It just looked so
Maybe
bad.
they did it in somebody's backyard.
Maybe.
And they had to add the
Well, the close-up they can make it look cold. You know what I mean? And the wide shot they
Yeah,
can't.
right.
So they had to green screen it.
Yeah.
So
a
that was
lot of stuff like that with just big, wide shots.
Yeah.
A lot of the wide, and the racing
real
just
bad.
don't. I
Don't.
just would rather you
the
not.
racing was real bad. It was not good.
and just so much downtime.
Every time I think I'm going to tell you I like this movie, we talk about the racing and it bothers me.
it brings you right back.
It bothers me.
There's so much downtime
Yeah.
during the race. Yeah, they had plenty
Oh
of
my!
time
It's
for.
crazy.
Yeah, and the lighting of the this, it was just sort of like, don't do this if you can't, don't.
That's right.
Like
If you can't, don't.
During the big race, it was bright, it was dark, it was like the lighting was all off, and so it just kind of throws you off. You know,
You could have made this movie where her parents die, she doesn't know who she is, and she goes to Finland to see her family, and it might just be better without the racing.
yeah, or even all stock footage, like up high aerial
Yeah.
shots. Like I don't need
Yeah.
to see them up close. Like
Yeah.
we get it.
Yes, but in Finland,
In
on
Finland,
Finnish
version.
holiday, you get it,
Finnish version,
and it's got Lavi, so
It's got Lavi.
next level. So yeah,
That's
it was
right.
really just all everything else was really, really great.
Yeah, I also only have a couple things, and they are also dog sled racing adjacent. You can't just add a rule to the to the 40th
It's
40th
Running
anniversary of
of
the most popular race. You can't just add a rule mid-race. But also, is the weight rule not something that they already do?
You would think that they already
I
do
would
it.
like
Yes.
as against it as I am to add a rule mid-race. I think it's actually a pretty good rule. I think that's probably fair, right?
makes sense, yeah.
For the dogs, if you're
To pull the same weight.
to pull the same weight. Makes
Yes.
sense to me.
So you
It
would
does
think
seem that she would have a bit of an advantage over old man Taiteo over there, right?
Sure.
Yeah, well, I
Absolutely.
mean, when they do, I don't think that you have to weigh the exact same. I don't think that's a reasonable request. I mean, horse jockeys don't all weigh the same. I mean, like horses don't weigh all the same. I think that part of it is the
But
the
they're
skill of it.
yes.
I
but they're
guarantee
not
there would
the
be
horses aren't they're not pulling something.
No,
this is a
Well, they're carrying a
yeah, but this is dogs pulling.
I guarantee
know,
there's
maybe you're
some
right.
sort of weight requirement for the sled itself.
Yeah.
I don't know about the person. I think for the weight itself of the sled itself, there would be something.
I just you
They
can't
play fast and loose with all that.
you can't just
They do.
add a rule, but
No.
also it did seem like a rule that should be in place. So I was a
Yeah.
bit conflicted there. Dano?
So early in this movie, Alice and what is Kim Achula's name in this movie?
Anya.
Alice and
Business.
Anya have a scene after they've spent a night in Finland, and Alice talks super caffeinated. She's like, I don't know why I'm so blah, blah, blah. And blah, blah, blah. Do you know Finland drinks more coffee? And I'm like,
Elise,
all right,
yeah.
this is clearly
Yeah.
a coffee thing.
Yeah.
She's had too much coffee, so she's talking. And then literally 10 seconds into that, she just takes a deep breath and goes, I'm really just nervous for you. And she just settles down completely. And I guarantee you something happened in the script because it turns out all of her jittery had nothing to do with caffeine. She's talking about coffee and then she just goes, you know, it turns out like she goes like, it's a very early in this movie. I was like, we're in for a terrible movie. I was very worried when this scene happened because I was like, this had nothing to do with coffee at all. And I hated it. Monty hasn't aged a day. So God bless him.
Yeah.
In that Finnish weather, for that guy to have both competed
good.
against
Yep.
her father and her and look virtually the same, you know, 2.5, 3 decades later,
He's
that's
got it
something.
figured
That's
out.
something. I love the sauna scene. White wine in a sauna sounds like my nightmare. Why are you doing this? White wine should be chilled. It is not hydrating. Like the mix of white wine in a sauna. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some people are going to come at me and be like,
I don't know. I saw that and I was like, there's something about the wine that adds to the romance of it all.
The romance of it all
The
for sure,
look of
but
it,
a
yeah.
dry white wine in
I-
a sauna.
While you're sweating. and
I was
would
just
just
totally
be-
swept up by the moment.
Oh.
I was like, whatever.
I saw it and I was like, just get the
But that's
white
fair.
wine out on the, you know, at the cold plunge or something. Like, I
Yeah.
just not here. I couldn't. That was tough. That was tough for me. Probably all my feels, and I'm going to mention it here because it's so rare that this happens in a movie. Is Kim Achula gets mad at her 3 friends. He gets mad at Lavi and it's just Lavi and Al. Oh no, Lavi, Alice, and Bo Murchow's character, and they're all arguing, and she storms off, and no one is wrong in that argument.
Sure.
It's beautiful. It is so well written, and I've never really seen anything like it on Hallmark, where the big misunderstanding isn't a misunderstanding. It's a complete understanding of 2 perspectives of what's going on and 2 lives lived, and neither side's wrong. And I was so confused by watching it on Hallmark. I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it.
Well, and to that point, this was almost my feels, but after that, the way that Anya and Elise dealt with it like
Yeah, right away.
Right.
Elise is annoyed.
Like friends
Her
would,
friend
yeah.
comes up and they squash it. They squash it. And I
Yes.
was like, that's great.
Oh, it's perfect.
Because it's just that's kind of how you do it.
Yes.
You know?
This
that's
movie,
that's
yes.
how you do
That
it.
is
Yeah.
it's how it's done.
That's
how
how
it's done. You
for
squash
sure.
it.
And then lastly,
Big week.
they're trying to get 2 dogs to get to know each other for some reason in the race. It doesn't matter.
Well, the Cupid shuffle.
The
happened.
Cupid shovel, yeah, one hop this time. And
can't.
Bo Murchow says it's too bad that doggy icebreakers aren't a thing. Guys, dogs are adept at getting to know each other quicker than humans have ever been, ever.
Well, that's because they're comfortable smelling butts.
But well,
That's
all right,
right.
that's a
That's the
different
secret, I think.
conversation altogether.
Well, that's
But
what you're getting at,
the
though.
the idea
If we
that
all just, what you're saying is if we all just committed to smelling each other's
I didn't
butt.
say that.
Well,
I think
what-
that's something that you're
what I
pushing.
heard.
That's an agenda you're pushing
then
a
what
butt
are-
smelling agenda. What I'm saying
What are they
is
doing
that the
differently?
dogs
What are they doing differently?
Dogs don't need icebreakers. Is
Because
what
they
I'm
got the
saying.
butt.
They get the
Maybe.
sniff test.
Yeah. But they don't need icebreakers. He's going,
me tell you
man,
that-
I wish these dogs could get to know each other quicker. And I'm like, dogs get to know each other way quicker than human beings do. That's not the problem here. It's that you don't know if they're compatible to race together. And this movie doesn't have time to afford to give it.
Let me
right?
ask you this, Dan. I know how much you hate team building.
Yes,
and
hate it.
icebreaker
Hate it.
games
Floor's
and
lava.
whatnot.
Hate it.
You have to do one of those games, or you have to so you walk into a room. Like we go to a podcasting conference or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And
podcasting
you go
convention.
to a breakout,
Yeah.
and they
In
say,
Finland.
I'm not going to a breakout.
"Okay, you have to though. It's a breakout
Because
about
somebody's got a gun to my head.
how to
Yes.
how to
Yeah.
tips and trades for running podcast
Okay.
networks." And Danny Moorhall is
Danny Moorhall?
They got Moral.
Is
they got
leading
more-
the
is
bre-
leading
the
the
breakout.
and you love
Yeah.
him.
After all the trouble,
I know, but he's overcome. So a lot of
Scandal noted.
You walk in, and you are given the opportunity to
some people are too
either
good.
go into this group,
Yeah.
but they are going to do icebreakers first, or go to this group and it's just a quick butt smell of everybody around.
It's just one. I'm doing the rap session.
You're doing the what session?
The breakout session.
Oh.
The breakout session. That's what I'm doing.
The icebreaker.
The icebreakers.
Just one. Yeah. What are you doing?
What are the icebreakers? Do
yeah.
we
What?
know?
That's a good question.
If it's one breakout session with icebreakers, I have that for the rest of my life to
I
make
think
fun
it's
of.
like
I'm
3
fine
or
with
4
that.
icebreakers.
Now, 3 or 4 days, or I can get it done with a couple
no,
minutes.
like 4 activities.
Yeah,
that
but
you
like
have to get to know each
what
other.
I'm saying is one of those one time in my life I'm fine. If it's a convention with 4 days and I have to do that every day,
day.
all day,
Yeah.
I'm probably out at that point.
You're sniffing butts.
Yeah, I probably have to for 2 minutes and then I'm out of here. You would hate a breakout session.
I do.
You would
No,
do the
you
same-
still have to sit through the breakout session.
Oh God!
But that's
what,
just
like
they do a thing where it's like
one
let's all
of
get it.
those,
Let's all get
yes.
to know each other first.
yeah, one of those. Whatever you just are in for it. You
What if
have
it's
to
the
be.
rest of your life?
God no. God no.
You would
None
sniff
of us.
butts
You wouldn't do it
forever?
either. No.
Um,
That's all I had.
it's time for what the Hallmark. Chime in. Let us know in the
In
comments.
the comments.
Yeah, for
Smash
sure.
that subscribe. This is going to go viral.
This is our moment.
That's right.
It's not what we
Let
wanted.
us know.
but-
Icebreaker or butts. Let's get to what the Hallmark story. Wonder what could have been. Maybe happy gives some clarity. Any questions we still have, bro?
Yeah, just big
What do you
questions.
think, butts or You're a butt
I
guy.
think we need a T-shirt for this. Is what we need. I'm wondering about a lot of logistics around a dog race. Like I assume you bring your own dogs.
Clearly, you went down a rabbit trail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
down the dog trail there. So, how much stuff do you really bring? You don't. I assume they provide the sleds, but you probably bring all your own dogs.
pretty sure it's
she
your own
talks
sled.
about bringing her own doggies for sure.
Yeah, it's like a car in NASCAR. I'm pretty sure
You bring all your own stuff.
Yeah, it's all your own stuff, and it just has to be regulation. There's
and
some
your
rules.
sled. I assume they had all the sleds that everybody had used.
No,
Okay.
because half of it is the sled. That would be like NASCAR drivers all in just picking a car out of the garage.
I guess that makes
They
a
would
lot of
never.
sense. So yeah, but other stuff around that, like just getting stuff there. Like, how are we coordinating one big cargo plane to do this? Are you on your own? Like, you got to get all your stuff there. How do you get help?
Guess is it shipped well in advance,
It's just,
but I
it's
could
a
be
lot.
wrong.
There's got to be
Yeah.
so much
I mean,
going
if you
on
can ship
there.
your pants, you can ship.
Yeah,
your
you can
stuff.
ship your pants. You definitely
ship
can
your
ship your pants.
dogs, dogs'
and then
pants.
you can smell it.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was wondering.
That's something that you could do. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is my guy Monty.
Manti Te'o.
First of all, did anybody else think that he was faking it and he was going to get on her sled and take off?
No,
Oh, I wish he did though. Now that I think of that,
he was
I-
by himself. I think that was the
I
giveaway.
thought
for,
that
like-
I thought that he did it was doing a thing.
I
where
think if
it's
he
like-
finishes on her sled, she wins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think whatever sled
if you tie,
crosses
you
with the
die.
dogs,
If you sled,
yeah,
you're dead.
losers walk. That's right.
But he clearly was hurt.
yeah.
Leg, did the whole thing, got back, and he was able to finish the race and be pretty darn close, even with the hurt leg.
That's right.
I don't know. I guess it is. I know so little about sled racing. It seems like that'd be really difficult, and they didn't give that enough of a spotlight. I know he's the bad guy here, but I don't know is that a thing? Like, do these people get hurt and get down to one leg, and then you're just kind of like hanging
But you're
on.
standing on the sled, and
I know,
Yeah.
but you're still you
gotta
can't really
nut,
put
you
any
just
weight
gotta
on it. It's moving
gut
around.
it out.
Gut it out. How about that? Yeah, I am interested in sled racing to that, but like there's just lots of things I don't know. There's lots of things I don't know. Like you say, it's like a NASCAR car.
I mean, I think that there's a common. I don't think it's exactly like one, but I think the sled is your own sled. You take.
yeah, I'm just
bring
saying,
your own
like,
stuff.
what do sled racers do and change and
to optimize
what
it
are
within
they
the
yeah,
rules.
You know,
Yeah,
Dana?
Yeah. Sure, you have a pit crew kind of thing, like to make sure the sled's optimized. I would say this: there were 2 scenes early in this movie where our screener there were some issues with the volume, so I may have missed this, but. Do we know how her parents died, or do we just know the mom died when she was younger and the dad died when she was older? She basically says, I lost my mom really quick and I lost my dad really slow. I would assume the second one is some sort of terminal ailment and the earlier one is some sort of massive accident. It just seems like really bad luck, even for a Hallmark lead. And I just would love to know.
I do think that that's all that we get on it,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
This character's so good that I actually would love to know. I want that information, more than we got, and I was interested. So that's
Dana
it.
wants to be in the room where it happens,
Where it happened.
where both
Where
parents
it
die.
happened.
One fast, one slow.
Yeah.
We did, everybody. Congratulations to us.
Hey.
It's a long week. It's a
Yeah.
long
Big
week.
week, though.
Big
Big
week.
one. Yeah.
And we still got more to go. So come on back tomorrow for some more fun. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.